Welcome to the Clutch Pro Tour. 2 rounds of competitive golf, 150 players, top 50 advance to the final round. Some of the best golf I've seen to date. My game's starting to trend in the right direction. Can we seek one of them top 50 spots?
What have I got to do to make a cut?
All right!
This goes all the way to the wire. Here's what happened in my first 2 rounds on the Clutch Pro Tour. Let's go.
Hello and welcome back to Josh Oddie YouTube. Today we are on our way to Cumberwell Park for another Clutch Pro Tour event. So as you all hopefully know by now, there is 36 holes and then a cut, and the cut seems to be always quite low at Cumberwell. It's definitely a scoreable course, and somewhere you're going to need to have a hot start. So yeah, round one's going to be pretty tricky today. We've got a boat journey coming up. We're on an early boat over. Round one we tee off at 1:20 p.m. and then round 2 tomorrow we are off at 8:10 a.m. So yeah, it's going to be a long couple of days, and you know, when you're an afternoon morning start times, it kind of goes by really quick. You get off the course, you go to sleep, and then you get up again. So sometimes the late earlies can feel like you've got ages in between your rounds, but I kind of like playing the afternoon session and then getting up early, getting it done in round 2. So yeah, hopefully we can have a good couple of rounds. Game's feeling really good, and I'm super excited to get out there for another opportunity playing professional golf. So yeah, as I say, game's feeling like it's getting there, slowly but surely. Finding some confidence in the swing, putter's feeling good, and yeah, hopefully we can have some fun this week, and 2 good rounds might see us through to Thursday. So yeah, see you at Cumberwell.
Relief on the fairways, length of the card. Cool. Right, preferred line.
Round 1 of my Clutch Pro Tour at Cumberwell Park. So hole 10, short par 4 to start the day off, and I've got a 6-iron here, just trying to get it in a good position off the tee.
Thank you.
So that tee shot just finishing up in the left semi-rough. This one was from 87 yards, and I'm just trying to land this front edge at 70 yards. So that ran out beautifully to 12 feet, and this putt was just sliding left to right on a 3% slope. So quite a bit of break on our first putt of the day, but this gives us a good idea to see how calibrated my pace, my aim point and my reads are for the day. So let's see if we can hit a good first putt here. Unfortunately just sliding by on the low side, but that's a tap in par at the first. So hole 11, our second hole of the day, and this is a left to right par 5. Just trying to hit 5-iron in a good position off the tee here, and should only leave me 4-iron into the green. Just ever so slightly turning that one a little too much off the tee, and found the left semi again. That's 2 out of 2. Left semi's no issue here, as it should help the 4-iron chase up, reduces the spin out of the rough, so this one should run a little bit further than usual. So that 4-iron just leaving me right around 40 yards here, and I've got lob wedge. Early on, just trying to figure out how these greens are reacting. I'm trying to fly this 15 foot short, play for a little bit of release. And that one there, honestly running out about 6 foot, so quite surprising to see that early on. But nevertheless, a great chance for birdie, and this was also a 3% left to right slope. Couple edges burnt early on, but hole 12, another great chance, par 5. Dogleg left to right again, and I've got 5-iron in hand, just trying to get this one in a good position. The tree you can see in the distance is right around 280, so as it was downwind and pretty firm, I thought 4-iron could chase down there, so we'd go for 5-iron. So now from 242 yards, I have got 6-iron, and I'm just trying to play this one slightly back in the stance, aim at that right bunker and hit a nice soft low draw in there. Beautiful swing in there, and just aim pointing this 72 footer that I have in front of me here, breaking it down into 3 separate reads, and you guessed it, another 3%er. Very good speed on that putt, and this one was from 3 feet to go into the red numbers early on. One under for the day, and hole 13, 190 yard par 3, slightly downhill, and the wind was just all over the place. The best way I can describe Cumberwell is that it's sheltered by trees on a lot of holes, so when your ball gets in the air, you've just got to make sure you've got the right wind, as it does feel like at times it's into your face when it's actually down. But You've just got to trust the wind and the direction it's playing and commit to your numbers. So that was 8 iron there from 187 yards, slightly downhill, downwind, and you know, early on you can start to measure where that wind is, how far you've hit shots early on in the round, so that when these numbers start popping up later on, you can say to yourself, I hit 8 iron, 187 yards on that previous hole, and it makes your decisions a hell of a lot easier once you build all that data. So hole 14, a par 4 with a water hazard down the right hand side, and this was just a 5 iron off of the tee here. The hazard comes in at 240, and still trying to feel where that wind is, feeling it slightly into and out the left on this shot. So unfortunately just leaked this one a hair right, found the semi-rough. 157, and I've got 7 iron here, just to give you an idea of how much this wind is blowing. So unfortunately that one coming up a good 60 foot short there, and this is going to be a really tough putt up the tier, very, very slow. Knew it was going to be slow, but still couldn't bring myself to hit it hard enough, and this one was from 12 feet back up the hill. Can we hold it to save par? It's going to be our first drop shot of the day. Hole 15, par 5. This is actually playing for us boys. They've decided to make it easier for us pros, and this was a 3-wood off the tee, just trying to slide it ever so slightly right of that bunker you can see in the distance there. So after overcooking the 3-wood off the tee and just chipping out, I've left myself 140 yards into this par 5. We can still give ourselves a good chance to make birdie if we can find the green. So that one just absolutely ballooned in that wind, and this was now a pretty tough chip shot back up the hill. I'm going open face 60 and just trying to go in off that golf ball you see there. Hole 16, Short par 3 down the hill, but surrounded with water. This makes it a really, really tough hole. So just got to make sure you get a good number here. Make sure the wind's correct and commit to your number, commit to your golf swing. Just thought the wind was a hair more out the right, and yeah, got stalled up in the wind and didn't really drift in. So this one was from 36 feet. Hole 17, short one, got mini driver, just trying to slot this one in play. We actually thought that one was in trouble, but it was perfectly fine, just in the right rough, and left me quite a nice line into this back left flag. So 115 yards, gap wedge. A really good swing in there, and this one was from 9 feet to get back into the red numbers. Very important moment for me. Let's see if we can slot this one in. Just a 1.5% off the right hand side. So 1 under through 8 holes, now onto the 18th. Par 4 back up the hill. Just trying to give driver a rip at the right trees and hope for a bit of draw to bring it back into the fairway. Well, that was a bit lucky.
Yeah.
So it didn't draw, and this one was from 120 yards. I've got gap wedge off of a real nasty lie here. And that one actually got so lucky to stay in bounds. If that flies another 2-3 yards, she's out of town. So thank you, slope on the back edge of the green, that saved my golf ball from going out of bounds there. Another poor pace putt, leaving me now 9 feet for par. So 2 birdies, 2 bogeys, and level par at the turn. Hole 1, par 4, giving this driver a rip up the right hand side. A really good swing there, starting to trust that driver, just aiming right and pull drawing it is the intention. So this one from 115 yards, I've got 9 iron here, just trying to hit a nice low draw in there. A really nice controlled swing, sees me with a 10-footer here to get back into the red numbers. Hole 2, probably the hardest hole out there. Mini driver in hand, need a fairway. Best swing of the day, that for me. Beautiful swing, straight down the middle. And as I was saying earlier, you've got to trust the wind round here. And I felt a gust actually downwind on this shot, but my compass was saying it was into and out the left. So you've really got to trust that and just make a good swing. We did just that. This one now is going to be from 18 feet for birdie. As I said, probably one of the hardest holes out there. And we're back in the red. Hole 3, downhill par 3, and this one was playing tough, straight into that breeze. I've got 6 iron, and this one was playing yardage 173 yards, so just gives you an idea of how windy it is out there. .38 feet, back up the hill. Very thankful that one stayed on the front edge of the green, otherwise it could have been a sticky up and down. So just trying to get a good speed on this putt, back up the hill, give it a little sniff. Hole 4, just trying to slot the mini driver up the right hand side. So this one from 107 yards, again, really struggling to feel where that wind was, just could not make its mind up. It was blowing everywhere. Double checking it with a bit of grass, and I'm actually going upper club here and trusting that wind. Gap wedge from 107. Good leave, 11 feet back up the hill, pretty straight putt. Hole 5, I've got a 5 iron off the tee here, just playing for position. So that tee shot took a really nasty bounce, finished on the path, and I'm just deciding whether to play it off the path or take a drop, and I opted for the drop into the rough. It's always an option to play it off the path if ever you do have a better line in or lie from where you're going to drop it to. So always good to go through them options. Another good birdie chance from inside 20 feet. Back up the hill and an ever so slight 1% right to left slope here. Well, that was not my finest effort there. Hole 6, mini driver in hand, just trying to play that nice little draw. Well, that didn't go to plan. Right, onto the other hole. Is always a bonus to find your ball when you hit it 80 yards right. I don't know how, but somehow we've left ourselves 30 yards here, and we've got a chance to make up and down for par. Well, I didn't think I'd have a 2-footer to save par on this hole. Hole 7, our 16th hole of the day, a beautiful par 3 back down the hill, and I actually changed to a lower club here. I did have a 7-iron, but after watching my playing partner fly the green, 8-iron was out. So 40 foot from right edge of the green. Another outside look at birdie. Just trying to get a good speed on these ones. As I say, if these go in, it's an absolute bonus. I had my playing partner move his marker there, one to the right. Check this out. He's rolled it in dead centre on the marker. And that had us all in stitches. So, yeah, that was a nice speed, and it's going to be a tidy up for a par on a pretty tough par 3. Hole 8, just trying to hit a tight draw with the mini driver. And that's 2 in 2 holes. Mini driver, 80 yards right. Quite a consistent shot pattern there. And at this point, just really starting to fatigue and making some really, really bad swings. So, unfortunate, but, you know, you've got to learn from these moments and just try and escape on these holes with the best score you can possible. I thought that was going to break a little bit more left to right for me, but nevertheless, this is now 8 feet for my par save. Par 5 to finish. Can we pick one up after that drop shot on hole 17? Just trying to hit a nice draw off of that right bunker you can see in the distance. Come on, let's finish with a good swing. Consistent with the right miss at the moment, but we found our ball and just trying to hit a 7-iron to tumble it down there. So even after all these bad shots, we've got a great chance in front of us here. Ball slightly above the feet, so I'm aiming 10 yards to the right of the flag, just trying to hit a slight draw and chase one in there. So 4.5 feet for birdie to shoot in the red numbers. That's going to be 1 under par, 71, and that puts us in tied 47th heading into tomorrow.
So, round 1. How did I play? It was interesting at times, and definitely there was points in the round where I had complete control of the ball. But as you all know, golf is one of them games that can just bite you in the arse, and yeah, we definitely hit a couple of shots towards the end there that got away from me. Some poor mental thoughts on the backswings. I keep telling myself, you know, if I'm not complete 100% on the shot, I kind of just don't fully commit to it, and I definitely need to get better at that. It's just being 110% committed on the one shot you're trying to hit down the hole. And I think sometimes when there's a bit of uncertainty, you know, you just back up out of it maybe a little bit harder, and you know, that results in some very, very poor shots. So yeah, unfortunately hitting a few bad ones there towards the end, but overall, you know, you got to take something from the day, and we're still inside the top 50, tied 47th at 1 under, and you know, a great chance for tomorrow to go out there nice and early in the morning. Conditions are going to be good, get a few birdies underneath the belt, and you know, hopefully rise up that leaderboard. So yeah, super excited, as I say, for another opportunity to keep playing professional golf is a dream, and let's see if we can get out there in round number 2 tomorrow. So I keep talking about the swings moving in the right direction, etc, etc, and I just want to explain a little bit about what I'm feeling and how it's kind of all come together. So as you all may know, Liam Robinson's played a massive part in getting my game back to where I want it to be, and definitely has found some movement stuff within his coaching that has helped a lot of people, and genuinely I believe in the movement stuff a lot. I think it's so helpful, and especially when you're out on the course, if you can be free flowing, moving, dynamic, I genuinely believe it will help you perform. So yeah, for me, that movement stuff has been quite tough to get into my golf swing, just from where my arms were. So my arms used to pull over, and genuinely that was because I was spinning out, and you know, I still see myself spinning out now, but because my arms are keeping the width, which is the ball drill that I'm doing before I play, my arms are staying nice and wide on the way down, my left arm's not pulling at impact when I've got that ball on. For me, I felt like the arms are now actually matching up to where Liam wants the body as well. So within the golf swing, when you correct one thing, another thing gets better as well. Sometimes when you get one thing bad, another thing also gets bad. So for me, I felt like it was a double-edged sword, that I was trying to move a certain way, but the arms were incorrect. Therefore, the movement side wasn't as good as what it could be either. So, you know, that's kind of where I found my performance start just going up and up and up, because I've actually matched the arms to where Liam wants the body. So for me personally, this has been a massive help, and understanding the arms a little bit more has been huge for me, and definitely a drill that I'm just going to keep hammering and doing every single day, because my arms, I've pulled for so long. My left arm's been in that bent position at impact. Is horrid, you know, holding the face. It's not the release, let it go that Liam loves seeing. So yeah, for me, since getting them arms in a better position and moving better, the body has also moved better. So yeah, it's amazing golf, and the golf swing, it's so technical, but sometimes you find one little fix and then it fixes another massive part of your golf swing as well. So yeah, I'm excited to keep doing these drills, hopefully keep seeing the game go up and up and up, and hopefully the scores, well, scores don't go up and up and up, the scores go down and down and down. So yeah, round 2 tomorrow, let's go get it.